morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Good morning.
What a lovely place with
I've
a
got
lovely
coffee,
bunch
I'm
of people
happy.
today.
Yeah.
Are you having your coffee? Is everybody good? Ready?
Best coffee in
Absolutely.
this
Well,
place.
I tried doing my best. I mean, if that's what you call the best coffee, I mean, I'm
Yes.
okay with that. Thank you very much. You guys
Nothing
are
like
fine.
that Thai instant coffee in the morning.
We are trying to be
I
nice.
know. Okay, guys. First of all, I would like you guys to introduce yourself one by one. Okay.
Yeah.
Raise your hand. Okay.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
tell us about yourself, who you are, what do you do. Not that you need any introduction, but you know, just for people who don't know you.
I just concentrate. I know. I'm everything and nothing. I'm playing a lot of roles, and I'm create the story with you.
Nice.
And today I'm here as a director of the movie we are talking about.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
so
excited to know about
yeah.
this movie already.
So,
Heard a few things.
my name is Olga.
Nice.
I'm Ukrainian-born director and actress.
Wow.
And I'm so happy to be here and met you guys because this is really new experience.
And a dream team. That's,
You,
as far as I can see it.
yeah, it's true. It's true because this is a next step in new generation of cinematography.
Nice. And you,
Yeah,
the
that's
girl.
what we're doing here. And I'm Anastasia. I'm actress and producer, and I've produced Olga's previous short films as well.
Free.
And here we are doing a completely new
Yeah.
thing, and that's very exciting.
So we have two actors and a director. And please tell us about yourself.
I'm Eve, and these lovely ladies and I just managed to really, really connect this summer. And they asked me to be part of this project and to come on as a producer. And I was just like, absolutely. I read the script and I was like, this is so different, but this is so special. And I also was like, you guys are so special. All I want to be is part of your team. So
thank you.
I mean,
I'm
we would talk about the script in a bit, you know, but we have to introduce one more guy right here.
My name
Please
is
tell us about
Al,
yourself.
Al Caudullo. I'm an immersive storyteller and filmmaker.
Wow.
And this is a fantastic opportunity. Anastasia was the one who kind of introduced me to this group. And I'm so excited to be part of this because we are doing something very groundbreaking.
Okay.
And I'll let them talk about that first.
So you guys you look like you guys knew each other before you produced films together. Like, how did you get introduced with Olga before? How did you guys get
We have a
connected?
mutual friend, and she said, you have to meet Eve. And I was like, I had a feeling I'm gonna meet Eve, like somebody named Eve very soon.
Yeah.
wow.
And there she was, and
There you go.
And for me as well, it works like, I have a Eve with myself. This is like a main topic. This is like something from the beginning in our
Olga has
life.
an
And-
email title in Russian which literally translates
Yeah.
as Eve with you.
Yeah.
Eve
and
with
then
you.
This is the first
So
time
Eve
I read
is with you. That is nice. That is nice.
It was destined.
It's like a destiny. Yeah, it's like a special connection.
Because
Wow.
Eve
Yes,
was
the boy translates as Eve with you, and she has it in transliteration in English, and she's using
Wow.
this email for like 10 years by
Absolutely.
now.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Wow,
She's been waiting for you.
Yeah.
As I said, it is a dream team already.
Yeah.
It's like a
It
dream
really
come
is.
true.
All around this film, actually, everything like a magic.
Everything
From-
really connects.
Yes.
And the mo-
Connects.
And the movie is about connection.
Oh, sweet.
Absolutely.
So, would you like to tell us a little bit about the movie, Olga?
Okay,
What is it
the
about? What
working-
inspired you to do that?
Yeah.
And how did you come up with this idea?
Okay. Working title is Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk.
Yes.
Wow, Pillow Talk. Okay. Interesting.
And we're working on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
we
exactly. She's the lead singer of. Okay. Things are getting somewhere.
Okay. If talking about all this story, this is like a modern fairy tale.
Okay.
Modern
About
myth.
Myth.
Yes.
A mythical fairy tale, okay.
Speaking a foreign language is sexually transmitted.
Sexually transmitted?
Yes.
It sounds like something else. Tell us, I mean, would you like to explain that? Because I don't think if I totally understand sexually transmitted.
I'd like to think of it as learning through intimacy.
Learning
Yeah,
through
absolutely.
intimacy. Okay,
Actually,
that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah,
All right.
Al, absolutely right. This is more about art, about our understanding, what's coming through our body, from our heart, from our soul.
Do you mean understanding other people, or understanding your own
Connection
self, or
between
connection with other people?
The
A little
other
all of
people.
it.
You know.
A little bit of all of it. Okay.
Connection
know
with
the-
other
why.
people and even with yourself. Because you can't truly connect with anyone if you're not in connection with your inner
Absolutely.
self.
Totally agree
Absolutely.
on that.
You,
Totally agree on
you,
that.
you know, and the main idea of this is all around languages. Why the people who speak in the same language cannot understand each other?
Right. Still
Why?
can't communicate.
Why
Yeah.
can absolutely? Why in my hometown, in my home country, this is a huge deal, and this is hard time for my country with all this
Because
unconnected.
it's like the
misunderstanding.
current political conflict is kind of based on
Absolutely.
people being
Miscommunication?
bilingual,
Yeah.
and yeah, like
Yeah.
the part of Ukraine being speaking Russian, part of
Absolutely.
Ukraine speaking Ukrainian, and they're trying to base the conflict on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And this is you know how people manipulate each other and start the war in my country.
Understand.
Of course, I don't speaking about the war in my film. I speaking about love
Connection.
and connection and about let's focus in love in our life.
Totally agree.
I really think, though, it goes beyond just your country. I think it's a worldwide
Worldwide
phenomenon
thing,
right
exactly.
now, where
Exactly.
you have people who even speak the same language that are on such opposite sides, and they
They're too
can't
busy
seem to
focusing on their
communicate with each
Yeah.
other. There's no connection between people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why we have a lot of nationalities in our scene, and a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
have like a truly multinational cast.
yeah.
Okay,
We're-
so
we're
you're,
in
you're
the-
more like bringing people together.
Yeah, we're in the
Right.
Very
process
nice.
of like
Very nice.
confirming the actors and doing some test tapes right now. But so far, the people we're thinking of, the people we're talking with, and those who we have already confirmed are all like different nationalities, different races,
Right.
Different
Different
backgrounds,
languages as well.
different languages as well.
Right.
yeah, and they all are gonna speak different languages in the in the script in the
Yeah.
film.
I mean, if you look at the set right now, we all kind of speak different
Yeah,
languages.
we do
at all,
actually.
So it's a very mixed crowd.
Yeah.
It's already
Like
okay.
she speaks LA,
Yeah.
I speak
Yeah,
LA.
yeah, you
speak-
speak LA.
I speak Vegas.
Okay, I
I'm
thought-
Russian, I'm absolutely
I thought we
Russian
speak
speaking
American and they speak
person.
Russian. Okay, let's call it that way. All right, cool. You speak LA.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
nice.
you see, like adding all of these different languages into the film, it doesn't make you understand it less. You could hear all these different languages, and you're still going to understand
What's going
exactly
on.
what those people are feeling.
I
And
totally
that's
agree on
what
that.
what the whole point of this film is, to show a connection, to show feelings, logic, and language. That is nothing compared to a connection.
I mean, in my country, we say like if the whole world spoke the same language and ate the same food, the world would be a boring place. You know,
Yep.
the reason you travel is to see different things
Absolutely.
and experience different
Yeah.
things. You know, otherwise every place would be the same place.
Yeah.
And one of the unique things about this film is that we're going to be shooting this in VR. This is going to be a VR 180,
Very important.
and
And
with
that's why
VR
you have
180.
Al.
Yes.
That's why we have
One of the
Al,
reasons
exactly.
I'm in. One of the great things about VR is that it's been called the empathy machine, because what it does is it makes the audience feel more connected to what's going on in the scene around them. You become part of it. We're even shooting this interview in VR,
VR
already,
right now, exactly.
and we're recording it in ambisonic sound, which is a 3D
Tell us more
sound
about
system.
that ambisonic sound. I mean, I know a little bit about VR coming from gaming perspective, but tell us more about this whole VR
Well, first of
video
all,
and movie thing.
VR 180 is much more like traditional filmmaking,
Okay.
except that you have 3D. What's interesting about that is that instead of having to put on the glasses and look at it on a 3D TV or go to the movie theater and put on the glasses and see it in 3D, VR 180 bridges all of that, much like the movie bridges the connections. If you're watching this film on a phone, it's in 2D and it looks pretty cool.
Right.
You watch it on a TV or a PC, and again, it's in 2D and you're watching it very cool. But
Right.
if you slip on something like the Oculus Quest headset, all of a sudden, you are in the film.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ambisonic sound goes hand in hand with all of this. Ambisonic sound is considered 3D sound. So instead of having just, like with surround sound, you have front, back, left, right.
Right.
It takes it even further. It creates another dimension so that the sound tracks as you're looking. And as you turn your head, the sound will follow and still stay in the same position. So instead of just being on the left, maybe if I'm up higher, the sound will come down. So you have 6 degrees of sound.
It's more immersive, you know,
Exactly.
it activates all your
And
senses, you know.
It brings it all
You only have
together.
the right,
Right.
left, right?
And
Yeah. You have everything.
And if I get it right, we're one of the pioneers who are using
Yes, it's one of the first times. It's been around for a while, but not very many productions out there have utilized it because until now there weren't a lot of ways to be able to hear it.
Do you think people see it as a risk?
I don't
Like trying something different?
No,
in
because
your-
I saw it as a magic because when
Exactly.
I wrote the script, I used even the first words when they heard on a cinematography, in the voice on the cinematography. I use these lines, and this is.
It starts with just the sound over black, and that's
Okay.
the lines that were used in
Only
the first
sound.
sound film in the world.
Right.
We're quoting that.
Yep.
One of our
Yeah.
hopes is actually to inspire other filmmakers that are just trying to get out there to just actually go in and try it. Because once you go in and try 180, oh my God, it becomes so easy. It becomes easier than the standard.
I can only imagine that. You know, thinking like, okay, do you think people will feel that it is a little bit difficult to film in 3D and 180 VR?
That's actually the
From-
interesting thing about it is that it's really not much different because okay, if you're shooting in 360 VR, then if you see the camera sees you.
Right.
And so that presents some interesting challenges for a filmmaker. But shooting in VR 180, you have a behind the scenes. You have a behind the camera shot. So the director, the crew can be behind the camera. You can have lighting. You can have all the usual accoutrements and enhancements that you use in 2D filmmaking. You can have in VR 180.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's think of it as kind of the first step into the VR world. It gives you a way to go ahead and present. For instance, if you were shooting this in 360, why would you bother looking over there when somebody's over here talking? So it becomes a different way of filming. Whereas VR 180, we're using a lot of the same things that we do in normal 2D
Right.
filmmaking. We're doing it here. Now, one of the interesting
Just
points
better.
that I thought was cool is that
Yeah.
this is, in part, we're doing this thanks to Olga's 10-year-old son. And I think you should tell him about that.
Absolutely.
So you can-
This is like you wanna hear a real life from the kids. It's true.
The
And new
imaginations of kids
generation
are
just
great.
say, "Wow, this is something amazing. This is a new world," and he's so excited. And I think, okay, maybe I should do a film in VR because this is new generation asking about it. This is a next.
This is
step
becoming this is
for-
new. This is
Yeah,
a new big
absolutely,
thing.
absolutely.
Exactly.
But you
We're
know what?
shooting the
He's
future
never
here.
seen
We're shooting the future.
VR
yeah.
180.
Nice way to put it.
I think we should show him the teaser.
Yeah,
and,
I would be.
and
I
let
would be.
Oh,
excited.
everybody
I'm-
see.
I can't
part
wait.
of
What
You know,
it's
I was
like.
gonna get to that
It's
point.
actually part of
Do I
the
need to
teaser.
take my glasses off?
Nope,
or I
nope.
can
With
still
this,
enjoy it?
with this one, you can leave it on.
Is
I'm
it
going to
that
set
easy?
this up. Yes,
Just like
it's
that?
just that easy. Give it just a second here to power up. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
I can only imagine you guys must have seen it before, right? Because obviously it's your thing.
Yes.
But for me, oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. So I've created the VR space in
Oh,
here,
it's loading
and
up.
now what I'm going to do. Okay,
gonna
it's
pass-
running. So
okay.
just go ahead and put that on.
Just
and
like
then
that?
Slide this back.
Okay.
And then you should be
Yes.
able to see it
Oh
now.
my god, Anastasia. And
Yeah.
Yvonne.
whoa.
That's right.
There's,
Yeah.
nobody else here.
Wow.
So that is what it's all about.
That's part.
Yeah. Now
of-
don't give away anything.
No, I'm not.
But
That's
what's
part
your-
of the teaser.
do you feel like you're there on in that environment with them?
I'm like right. I don't want to say.
Ah,
I'm like right there.
I love this reaction.
He's right-
Yeah.
he's right there.
I mean, I didn't want to give away
That's
anything,
my
but I was like, you know,
Ladies, we have another convert to VR.
is that it?
That's just a short. That's it. It's just a short 30-second teaser right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
I mean,
You're our first to see.
that is.
I'm the first person.
That is
I
the
am-
essence of a
I am
teaser:
honored.
is to make it short and make you want
Holy
more.
Yeah,
Shit.
this is secret.
I don't know if I could say that.
That
But that is my honest reaction. Like shit.
good.
Look into the camera and say it again.
I think now I can say people will enjoy it.
Yes.
Oh,
People are gonna love it.
Thank
I am
you.
so
Thank
sure
you.
about it.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Okay. So is it more like an art house film then, if you put it that way?
not exactly. What we're trying to aim for with this project, and in general with our future projects as well, because we also have a feature film script in development right now.
Okay.
We're trying to make a bridge. We're aiming to make a bridge in between art house films and mainstream films. We want any kind of audience, any kind of person to be able to enjoy this. Not only the David Lynch lovers who we are totally on board with, and not only people who just watch some rom-coms in the movie
Right.
theater. We want people to from any kind of background to
Right.
be able to immerse with it and to connect with it.
Do you think
Okay.
the kind of people like who will watch it is like the kind of people who only own a headset? In
No,
order to
no,
you need to
not
own
at
a
all.
headset in order to watch it, or you
I
can
think
enjoy
I think
it in
you
any
may
way?
you may want to go out and get a headset after you see it without.
Well, I've seen the trailer. I think you would definitely want to get a headset after that. I mean, you want to keep it private.
But I mean,
and-
that's
You're
the
like,
whole
I'm
idea.
in there. Don't take me out of that.
That's the whole idea.
It's like, how long is this movie? Can you tell me again? I hope it's like 2 hours.
You want
long
it
or
more?
something.
See, that's great.
That
if,
is the point.
You know, they say
That
if
is
you
the
do
point.
a teaser and if the person gets done watching it says, "Oh my God, I want to see more," you've done your job.
I mean, I went in there without expecting anything, and I got better than my expectations. So I'm happy
Wow.
about it.
I'm so happy.
I'm
to
happy
hear.
about
Thank
it.
you.
But the
Thank
thing
you
is
for coming up with a great idea, Olga.
You can, you'll be able to watch this on your handset. You'll be able to watch it on a tablet. You'll be able to watch it on a PC, on a TV. Doesn't matter. But where you really are going to enjoy this the most is when you become part of the film, and that's what we're aiming to do. Is
I mean,
make the
that is
audience
main
be
intention,
part
isn't
of the
it?
film.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in order to enjoy that on a phone, how would that go? Like
You're
can't
just
see
seeing
on
it.
3D,
You're going to
can
see it in 2D,
Right.
and you'll be able to move back and forth to be able to see the
Right.
whole
Most
set.
phones can support that, obviously.
Every
Alright,
phone
cool.
can support that now.
But could you do that on a TV as well?
You could. You would have to be hooked up. Probably, you'd have to have like a smart TV. So in other words,
Right.
Like Android TV or
I
something
mean,
like
you can't
that.
have your
To
TV
mirror your
holding in your
screen.
hand and going all around it. You know?
But I mean, you're going to want to be able to move around a little bit, but at the same time, it's centered, and so most of the action is going to take place to where it's going to be in the screen, and we can actually make a 2D cut of the film from the same print.
Alright.
So that way we can create different formats for people to just watch in a 2D format.
Sweet. Going back to Olga, would you like to tell us about, like, since you're going to be acting in it as well, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? You're directing the film, you're acting in it, you're producing the film, you're also acting in it.
Well, we actually have very
Yeah.
brief scenes in it.
Yeah,
Our
absolutely.
main actors are gonna be different people.
Okay.
This is just a cameo. All the director.
Yeah, it's like a cameo thing.
Cameo
At the
thing.
same
This is
time-
not something like
At the
this.
same time, most all the we have about 15 actors, including one cat.
Yeah.
On
including
board.
a cat.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And,
He represents the time around.
I love
but
pussycats.
And no cat was harmed during the making of
No
this.
cat
That's
was,
right.
no animals were harmed during the making of this. Amazing.
The majority of the cast are playing couples, but at the same time, all these people of different genders, races, nationalities, and speaking different languages, they're portraying the same couple.
Oh,
The
yeah.
main hero and heroine are just two people. And Olga wrote the script the way that we're transiting from
From one couple to another.
Is
yeah.
it more like interconnected stories, or is it actually one couple being portrayed in different ways?
Both.
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 Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like-
interesting. Very interesting.
let's say they could be like same people in different timelines.
Alternative universes
There
and
you
that
go.
kind of stuff. Okay,
And
that
they're
is
not
But
That
that's
is-
why
that
I
is an
think
interesting
cats
concept,
like
you know?
represent our
It's
time. We-
more of
we
a
try to
background of a
play.
story than what you actually see in the storyline, but it's there. It's like it was on Olga's head while she was writing this.
Is this whole film set up in this time space, or in the future, or in the past, or
We're saying this
or,
is
or would you
Kind
like
of
to
an
talk
alternate
about
reality.
it, or is it up to the
Yeah,
audience how they
reality,
experience
time.
it?
Kind of
Yeah.
an alternate reality, though, from what we have here.
Yeah.
I mean, VR filming, it kind of sounds very futuristic
We want
already.
people
So
to experience it and connect with it the best way that they can. That's why it's kind of left open to your interpretation. Although there
Sweet.
is a futuristic sense, there's a
Absolutely,
game
yeah.
sense, there's a
Yeah,
fantasy,
right.
there's all of those themes. But we really just want you to connect with the film. That's why there are some things that are just kind of left open.
that is
yes,
very
in
good.
a way, we don't want to establish like which place on Earth this is at, but let's say it's in the time frame within plus or minus 10-15 years from now on, and it's a big city. It's like a modern day Babylon. That's where the storyline
Yeah,
is set.
yeah.
I mean,
Actually, this is background of the story. Babylon stories about we all start to speak in different languages and stop understand each other.
So this is how the story began a couple of thousand
Yeah.
years ago, and this is how we're transiting it into something new, because you know the modern day world is becoming in a way more and more connected.
Right.
yeah.
People are still united by many cultural and other
differences,
backgrounds
yeah, exactly.
and differences, but we're getting back into being like one big society, and
Right.
we kind of we're mirroring it. We're reflecting what is happening in the modern day world with the script as well.
Okay, that's a very sweet way to put it. Anything else you would like to add about the technical aspects of this thing?
I just think that VR is the perfect vehicle to showcase this type of story. I think it's a unique story, and this is a unique setting to present it in.
Nice. Eve, have you ever produced any other films before? Would you like to give us some background story about yourself? Or is
Yeah.
this your first project?
No, this
Sounds like a very exciting project already.
Thank you. So I've actually done a couple of films back in LA, just short films. And then my other goal was to do something here, but not just that, but to connect Thailand with the U.S. or Asia with the U.S. And this is kind of what we're doing here, you know. So that's part of
All around
why I'm so
connection.
into this project. Exactly, the connections. The whole theme is about
Nice.
connections.
When do you think we can expect you guys to start shooting? And when do you think we'll be able to see this on the big screen or even the small screen?
I think 2 months.
2 months tops,
yeah.
Yeah,
From
we're planning to shoot at the end of November,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
by
2019.
beginning
Yes,
of
2019.
yes,
Mhm.
and by the beginning of January we'll have it edited and ready to show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure by then.
That is very nice. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you
Yeah.
guys are too, obviously.
Absolutely.
It was wonderful talking to you guys
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being here, letting me know about this
Thank
amazing
you.
thing that you guys are working on. I wish you all the best.
Yeah,
Good luck to you
I'm-
guys.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
A new beginning of a cinematography.
Exactly.
Thank you.
A new step into the future.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Good,
Amazing,
good,
amazing. Thank you guys.
Happening now.
Happening now, yeah. The future is here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.